So here's a question that I get asked a lot. What's actually in my tech bag? And well, I don't have one answer to that question because the truth is, I don't have just one tech bag. I have three. So, hi, it's Simon. Welcome to Better Creating. Over the last year, I've tried a lot of tech and everyday carry items. In this video, I want to show you the 3 levels of everyday tech, everyday carry setups for different situations that I'm loving. There's a minimal little sling for creative days out, a daily work sling for all of my essentials, including my laptop, and then a larger tote for when I'm traveling or need to bring my full creator kit while still looking together. And honestly, getting this right has been so satisfying. No more overpacking for a coffee station work session. No more leaving essential gear behind when I actually need it. So today, let's unpack all 3 setups and yeah, you see what I did there. From the pocket-sized essentials to the stylish yet significant production kit. And along the way, I'm going to show you a couple of genuinely great finds for minimal, classy tech that just makes your life a little bit more special. Links, of course, to everything down in the description. Now, yes, some of these items were sent to me to review for free. Some of them I bought with my own money, but every single one, I get to say what I want. No one signs off the content. So these are my genuine opinions. So I would describe this as my level 1 tech carry bag, but that doesn't make it the lowest, it just makes it the smallest, and this is a beautiful little crossbody sling from Harbour London. Now, I really like Harbour. They make really premium leather items. The thing about them is that if you get their bigger bags, because the leather is so rich and thick and all of the materials are so good, they're just really heavy. So when you're carrying an empty bag, they're too much. So for a small sling bag, this thing is awesome. And what I love is, I mean, look at this detail. A Cobra kind of airplane clip, actually says Austria Alpine Cobra Pro style. I don't know. Anyway, so satisfying. And well, since we're on level 1, let's talk about what goes in my pockets, or rather now what is in my bag. So we've got the iPhone 17 Pro, and it's got this case on it, which is the Telesin Master Grip iPhone 17 Pro case. So I've got this in orange. I've got a bunch of videos on the iPhone 17 Pro. The cameras on this are fantastic. The 8x zoom I'm really enjoying. I've got my custom icon packs on there. It all looks very minimal. But yeah, let me show you why I have this case on it. If we open up this bag, this is what I can get in this tiny bag. First of all, there's 2 cameras. I've got the Fuji X100VI in there, and then I've got this, which actually means that you can very quickly turn your iPhone into a kind of retro camera. It's got a very similar form factor. It's pretty cool. And what's really good about this is you can just spin it and then use it as a vertical filming device. There's even a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, so you could put this onto a tripod. I've then swapped out my battery carrier, just dropped a battery in there, and I've got these, the Hollyland Lark M2. The one thing I don't like about these, you can't fit the cable that goes with them inside the box, but I've got a bag, so I can just drop it in the zip pocket. So I then have mics for my system. I've also got my AirPod Pros, which now actually work as mics on this, so I could use those with this as well, and they're great. I've got a little 3D printed case just to tie everything in. Then we've got the Fuji X100VI, which is part of that setup. And I've even got in here the Moft invisible tripod stand, which, let's be honest, I love the look of this, but I'm actually just gonna keep that as my system and then swap out this case, which would be my one gripe with the Telesin system. This thing is awesome. The case is very plasticky, and in fact, the moment I put it in, I actually broke the case. It just snapped. I didn't do it very well, to be honest, so my fault, but it feels a bit cheap. Why not just use a really nice Moft case like these Movas cases from Moft? I absolutely love these, and I think it looks super cool with the orange look on here, and then that all just ties together, and that is my Creator EDC level 1. Okay, I'd probably throw in the Lano charging case, but it won't fit in the bag. That is a great setup. Add this battery though, from K&F Concept, if you are a Fuji user and you get a USB-C input. I almost forgot to talk about the wallet and watch. Okay, so this is my little watch. It's just another little pouch. And again, this is from Grams 28. I really like how simple it is. It takes about 8 cards comfortably, and A little pouch in there to put the odd note. Not that we ever really need to use those anymore. And then this is actually a bit of a find. This is my watch. I'm still not using an Apple Watch. Let me know what you make about that in the comments. This is from Braun. And talking of Apple and Apple design, Dieter Rams is probably one of their big inspirations, I would say. And this is BN0032. Now this is probably around about £170, $170. I actually got it on a massive discount on Amazon for like £70. It's fantastic. So this isn't going to be like up there with like super expensive watches, but I do think it's one of the most beautiful minimal designs out there right now for the money. They work really well. I've had a few Braun watches in my time. I love that Dieter Rams aesthetic. I've always been a leather strap guy, but there's something quite clean and fresh about using one of these. Check it out and let me know in the comments what your top watch is and whether we should start collecting more of them. Oh my goodness. This has just turned up and we have to include it in the everyday carry because it's a pair of glasses. Now, if you're interested in what glasses I wear, currently these are from Cubits in London. Every single pair is £150 with the glass. They're fantastic. But I wanted to go a bit further this year. I had a good year. I wanted to remind myself that I'm always wearing this, the only thing I'm always wearing. And so I wanted to go special, and man, did we go special. So I just want to put this little segment in here because this is my first pair of Jacques-Marie Mage glasses. Now, if you know about Jacques-Marie Mage, you know. And if you don't, you've probably seen them in films. It's an extravagantly expensive pair of glasses, but every now and then, you've got to make an effort. It is ridiculous. It's kind of like wrapped in like a silk or something. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. 376, 450, inspired by the thinkers and now this is what's lovely about them. They do story really well. We've then got, what's this? A little book. Whoa, this is mental. A bit of information. Next up, the case. It's an unbelievably nice case. Probably not the one I'm going to carry them in everywhere. I might have to get one of their leather cases or a separate case. And then finally down here we've got a very, very nice cleaning cloth that I'm just going to keep nice in the box, to be honest with you. But let's have a little look in the case. Now, what's interesting about these is they're just optical. These are just dummy lenses. It's the only pair I could find in the country because I really wanted this hazel colorway. I mean, look at the quality on that. Absolutely beautiful, really nice. There is a very, very light brown tint to them. It's completely pointless lenses because they're not really sunglasses and they don't work as optical glasses yet because I need to get that done. Time to try them on, I think. Yeah, there you go. I think these are going to be my new glasses. All right, it's time to move up a level. Let's move to level 2, and we're gonna do a super small compact sling that will take that first level, and then we'll move out to a more kind of full MacBook creator setup, but keeping it really tiny. Check this thing out. This is a brand that I absolutely love, and they are called Grams 28. So Grams 28 are a luxury design brand, but they kind of do it in, I think, a very affordable way, but keeping the quality of great Italian leather bags and beautiful minimal design. You can kind of tell from the logo. Let's get this out. So I actually have the 150 Stealth backpack, and their backpack is amazing. It's great for tech. Now, this is like a kind of medium-sized sling, 171 sling. Now, I actually thought this would be a lot bigger than it actually is in person. It feels really reasonable. I was considering getting their 152, I think it is, or 154, which is like a kind of 11-inch iPad size. I'm really glad I went for this because this will actually take, believe it or not, you can kind of see a 14-inch laptop, so it will take my MacBook Pro. We've got the new functional luxury. I kind of agree with them, it's good branding. See, we've got a connector so you can slide this onto a wheelie case. So carry on, this would be lovely actually on top of my level 8 aluminium case. Check it out, it gets a little mention here. I've shown that on another EDC travel video before. I absolutely love that thing. What's really nice is a little hidden handle on the back. We're kind of enjoying that one, I think. That's good. I didn't think it was going to have one. And it looks like this is a waterproof zip for the main compartment. Let's open it up. Packaging. Nice. Interesting. We've got I think that must be the strap that's going to connect to these nice bits of hardware. Ah, another strap. Oh, I know what they've done. So this comes with its own strap. Nice bag to put everything in, very nice. Yeah, there's a little strap here, let's open this. It's nice, you can adjust it either end, nice little metal sections, spinny things. I think the hardware is one of the best things that Grams 28 do. It's really beautiful stuff. But I have to say, this is the one element of this that just doesn't quite look as premium as the rest. And so, this is a slightly more upgraded crossbody strap. And I think this is the one I'm gonna wanna use. I think the clips are slightly chunkier. We've got this extra little section, perhaps that just makes it a bit more flexible. And then this padded leather, grained Italian leather strap. Really, really nice. And these just clip on really simply. We're just gonna slide these out. I like the way that that folds up, so you could put it away easily. Secret pouch on the back. Inside, you can kind of fold this down. Nice little opening. It's not small and it's not big. It's kind of perfect. Little Velcro padded section for your laptop. This is perfect. This is going to be, I think, my everyday carry now on in London and probably traveling when I don't need to take loads and loads of camera gear. So, as they say on the TV, let's run a quick VT and I'll show you what goes in it. So first of all, MacBook Pro M1. Still got it. I think it's going to be the M6 or the 2026 MacBook where they really do a big update, and that's when I'm going to upgrade. But the M5s, wow, they look fast. But yeah, this should be a perfect fit. Kind of doesn't look like it should go in, but it's a beautiful fit into there. Little thing that goes over the top. Could get an iPad in there as well. I'm then going to drop this in. This is my small rig, tiny tripod for both the phone and the camera. That's going to work. It's a really lovely little item. And what I love about this is it will slide into this. So if I'm just traveling really light in the city and want to do a full content creation setup, I can film really great stuff on the X100 VI. It will shoot in 4K, 60 frames a second in F-Log 2. Beautiful stuff. So it's just as good as my other cameras. So we're going to drop that camera in at the other end so it doesn't get scratched up. Very nice. That fits in nicely to the bag. We've then got a little pouch which comes from our level 3 bag that I'll show you in a little bit from Orbit Key, and they've got a really lovely modular system, but I'm stealing my pouch to put it into this bag. So if I just slide this bag out the way for a second, what we've got in here, I like that it's transparent, you can see in it. I've got a Targus charging block. I just take one, it does everything. You've got absolutely everything you need in there, and then a couple of little bits of wiring, you know, standard bits of wires for various items, and a 2 terabyte SanDisk SSD. It's old, I swear by it, it's never failed me. I edited all my videos off it and I still use it as my main working hard drive. So that's just the cables, that all goes in. I've then got that little bag that can just be slid into the main one on its side, and we have pretty much everything we need in that section. Into the front, I'm going to drop the AirPods Pro, a couple of spare batteries, and a mouse. This is the Microsoft Arc 2 mouse. You click it and it turns on. It's super cool, it's super thin. Slide it in the front pocket. Then in the main body bag, I can put the final little bits. My mics, my charger, and the Telesin Master Grip. Zip her up, and you've got a very convincing sling bag with everything you're ever going to want to take as a creator. But there is one more thing that I want to add to this setup, and that is, of course, the iPhone that's in my pocket. But we've also got this. When I asked them to send over the Master Grip, Telesin also sent me this. Now, I wasn't sure about it to begin with, but what we've got is one of these. Now, not for everybody, but since I'm a creator often reviewing tech, this allows me to film hands-free and be able to show everything that I want to look at with my hands. So I can film really simply, show what I'm looking at, move around with it, see how I feel about it. It's really good. I think I look a bit like an idiot, but for those tech launches, I can hold things at events, pick up that new iPhone and film it easily, and it really does add a lot of value to your setup. All right, so that's level 2 complete, but there's one more layer. I wanted to see how significant a bag I could take with me while still keeping some style and not going back to the backpack brigade. And to do that, I had to speak to Orbit Key for something very interesting. How about a daily tote tech bag? This is the Orbit Key Daily Tote. It's 21 litres. I believe they do a smaller size as well. I've been using it for the week at Make With Notion at an event in London and trying it out. And it's got a lot of likes, a lot of comments, and I found it to be really good. This is a very big bag. It does have a couple of cool things about it. This is actually more canvas, kind of, not quite sure what it is, but it's nice. Will work on a wheelie case if you want it to. There is a little pouch at the front where you can drop quick access stuff. And then it's got kind of 2 openings, if you'll see here. It's quite big. If I now line this up above me, you can just about see me over the top of it. We've got a main opening where this just drops open. Little pockets on the top, you can drop stuff in, and then it opens up really large. I really like elasticated water bottle pouch that's there. The cool thing about this, if we can briefly move that to one side, are these smaller bags, which you get a little pack of them. I showed you one earlier, the transparent one. This is really nice, just slid into a bag for tech items. But this one magnetically closes, and it's in its own right is loads of little pockets in there. You could do absolutely tons of stuff with it. In its own right is a really nice bag. So I can just drop this inside whatever system I'm using, and it can have all of my essential tech. So by having these pouches, you're not overwhelmed with a load of mess inside your bag. Then we've also got a second opening here where your laptop can go. And probably the big item that I want to talk to you about in this section is this, a 16-inch monitor, UPerfect 3K OLED display. One of the great things about this is how light and thin it is, as you can see here. There's a bunch of ports on one side and some very non-labeled but cool looking buttons. I like them. They feel a little bit loose, and it can be a little bit annoying to work out how to use them. But this is a good quality monitor for very, very little money. So, you know, you get what you pay for, and I think this is fair on that front. Just fold over one end of it, stick it down with the magnets, and then it's really sturdy. It then comes with a cable. I actually like that they add these little return right angle or 180 cable things, so that if you want to, you can kind of hide everything in there and just plug it in. It looks really clean. We're gonna swing this out, plug it in, and there you go. That is our monitor. If you compare the two, you can see from this, it's really not too bad. I think it's not a direct match to the MacBook, but it is very bright and very crisp. And what I'm really enjoying, let's just pop up a YouTube video. And there you go, there it is running one of my videos. There's a slight kind of pink tinge to it, but you do have the options with the various input types. You've got brightness and a whole kind of menu system. I wouldn't say it was the best menu system in the world, but it does the job, and you can kind of navigate reasonably easily. So you've got aspect ratio, brightness, low light, blue light, volume, HDR mode on and off. So I just find it quite hard to work out through it, but you get the idea in the end. So there you go. If you're looking for an affordable, very nice monitor, it's got a shiny screen on it, I think this is quite a good bet for the money. Now they do also offer touchscreen versions, and I might be tempted to go for one of those because it's just a cool little addition. Anyway, there you go. Folds up nice and small. Just unplug it, wrap it all up. And I would say that that is a very reasonable package. This thing also comes with a little stand beyond the carry case, and they also sent over a desktop stand. So if you really want to use this as a serious second monitor for remote work or even just at home, it's a great bet. But yeah, it fits easily into there. So this will take a 16-inch laptop. So this would be your like ultimate carry, and everything else in there. This also comes with a crossbody strap, which makes it another crossbody sling item, but really on a much bigger scale, which I think is a nice touch from Orbit Key. Again, nice quality. I would say it's a different vibe to the Grams. Just feels a little kind of softer around the edges in a nice way. I wouldn't say the quality is quite as good on that strap, but honestly, I don't think you need this. This will sit over your shoulder, and I really love carrying it or putting it on my shoulder. But this is a nice bonus if you just need to throw that on, and it can just be lobbed inside the bag, so you've got it. So I'm going to show you very quickly what fits in this while I was over at Make with Notion. So this fits, I think, a 16-inch laptop, but my laptop of choice is here. At the moment, I am still on the M1 MacBook Pro. This is actually in a Harbour London leather and felt pouch. Really nice. There's another little bag in there that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But yeah, we've got Better Get Creating embossed on there, which is really nice. I've had this for a very long time. This thing is an absolute beast. I've used it for years. It was slowing down recently, and then I realized I had like 600 gigabytes of data in my downloads. So I deleted all of that, and it's running smoothly again. So yeah, really good. I've not brought it with me today, but you'll see my iPad is an
M4 iPad Pro, 11-inch. I wouldn't go any bigger. It's absolutely amazing, and I totally recommend that as a combination for traveling with. I'm bringing this today because I just want to be able to do some power user work. Now, usually I'll be filming on a big Fuji camera, but this year there's a bit of a celebration of a change in my life. I actually gifted myself something really special. This in here is the Fuji X100 6. And this thing is an absolute beast, beautiful to carry, beautiful to use, and it really makes you think differently about how you record and how you film. But this isn't a film camera. This is for taking photographs. That's what I wanted it for. And you know, scour the internet, you'll learn more about it. It's a fixed lens. I've got a really nice 8th mist filter on it. And this is from Square Hood. This Square Hood brand are absolutely amazing. They make the most beautiful and premium accessories for these kind of vintage inspired cameras. I've also got the Square Hood thumb grip on there, which just makes this a lot nicer to carry. And I've combined that with this small rig cage, simple kind of half cage. What's great about this is it allows you to attach it to a tripod and still open the battery gate, which is great. X100 is absolutely lovely camera to take photographs with. I'll do more on the channel on this soon because I'm getting really excited about it. And what I love about this cage on the Fuji is that you don't need a plate. You can just attach that and you're away. Pretty simple.
Well, there you go. 3 levels of everyday carry tech bag joy. Let me know which is your favorite bag and what your picks of the list are. What did I miss? What would you add? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you want to go deeper into the world of Apple ecosystem and great tech, I recommend watching this video next or this one down here for a few systems that back up good tech that just make your life easier. See ya.